is transformed into high-quality nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. The chemical-free fertilizer is conditioned to guarantee a very high nutritious soil for cultivation of crops. This is the Ghanaian Farmer African Tour here in Rwanda, but currently we are in a district called Musanze, yes. And we are also in a farm called Golden Insect Limited. Standing next to me happens to be the MD Zavio. He is an agriculture engineer, professionally an insect farmer. We're going to interact with him about producing organic fertilizer to help farmers in this part of Rwanda. This program is proudly brought to you by Lizzie and Lee Tomato Mix. You get interacting with us on our social media platform. Share your views and your questions with us. And many thanks to Rwanda Air for flying us from Ghana all the way to Rwanda. If you have trips heading to South Africa, heading to Dubai, Doha, just make sure you visit our website www.rwandair.com and do your bookings. We have comfortable and affordable flights that will take you to a very luxurious holiday. I'm going for a video that throws more light on organic fertilizer production here in Rwanda. And when I come back, Zavio tells me more about this journey into insect farming. Stay tuned. Rwanda has joined a rising movement in Eastern Africa that has been spurred on by the World Awakening, as well as ISEPA's championship on the reality of insects as a transformation force in reshaping our food system into a sustainable and vibrant circular economy. Globally, insects are increasingly being valued as a green, more affordable, more nutritious source of food for people, as alternative protein component for animal feed, and as a basis for the transformation and economics and livelihood. Thanks for staying and welcome to the Ghanaian Farmer. Zavio, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
And thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Congratulations for the great work you're doing to help farmers in Rwanda, especially in your district, Musanze.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, how long has it been since you started insect farming?
I started this, it's now 10 years. It's now 10 years. 10 years, 10 days.
What brought about the idea of producing organic fertilizer?
Thank you. I started this business as this business is a result of my research. So when I was in university, what I did, my thesis were all about the impact of insects in promoting agriculture, sustainable agriculture.
Okay.
And one of my courses, I did horticulture, but one of my courses was entomology. So from that, I tried to think how, instead of controlling insects, yes, we're controlling insects in farms and something like that. But me, I thought of how can I use this insect in bringing something new that can help farmers.
Okay.
You see? So that is how I started my business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. What type or kind of insect is profitable for farming?
It just depends. We have crop farmers, we have animal farmers. So it just depends, you see? And not everything that we see in the environment we call insect is insect.
Okay.
But me, I call everything insect because people, they just call everything insect.
Okay.
Yes, so here I'm just breeding the red worms. We call them scientifically Eugenia fetida. They're composting worms. So these are good in transforming the food waste into what's best in compost, called the family compost.
Okay.
It's a nutrient-rich compost, and it just helps farmers improve their productivity, and also it contributes to the increase in food safety.
Okay.
And when it comes to animal feed, I'm just here breeding the black soldier flies.
We'll go to that.
Yes.
Now, I want to know more about the raw materials that you use in producing the compost.
So in producing the compost, I'm just using the household waste, kitchen waste, farm waste. All those stuff. I'm also collecting some waste from the from the markets where they're selling the agro products. But the only thing that I'm not using is the waste that contains salts and oil. Other stuffs that is biodegradable, we do feed them to the redworms. Yes.
Okay. How long does it take to have a full prepared organic fertilizer prepared?
For me here, I'm harvesting every month.
Okay.
It just depends on the pre-treatment of your waste. So once you have pre-treated your waste well, every month you can harvest. The assumption is that 1 kg of redworms eats 1 kg of waste per day.
Okay.
But sometime here, because I do shred the waste before, 1 kg eats 5 kgs of waste per day. So it just depends on the pre-treatment of your waste.
Okay.
Yes.
Just to take you back a bit, the waste you collect from the market centers and the agro product selling place, do you pay for them?
Yes.
You pay?
Here in North, we have a big competition when it comes to waste.
Okay.
And also the other thing is, like you see, we don't have a well-structured strategy of sorting biowaste. See, so I have to pay for these guys who are sorting for the biowaste for me.
Okay.
And also from here to town, it's around 10 miles, so I have to pay the transport.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of crops can I use organic compost to cultivate?
Any crops. You see, when it comes to farming, any crops needs organic fertilizers.
Okay.
So any crops can be grown by using the vermicompost, no problem.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, when I get my organic compost from your farm,
Yes.
if I get to my farm, what do I do? Do I pour the whole thing on my farm and get a fertilizer get a tractor to mix it with my farmland, or how do I go about applying the organic compost?
What you can do is like actually take 1 kg. Here farmers, they do take 1 kg of the vermicompost and they mix it with 3 kgs of soil, like to increase the quantity.
Okay.
But some farmers also do prefer to immediately apply the vermicompost, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What kind of temperature is good for producing an organic compost?
I'm talking about the vermicomposting. So the redworms, they do survive in environment where we human can survive.
Okay.
So the temperature that stresses you also stresses redworms.
Right.
So the temperature, when it is too hot or too cold, it also it stresses the worms.
Okay.
So you have to make sure that the temperature is in ambient temperature.
Right.
Yes.
At what time am I supposed to apply or mix my organic compost with my soil before planting? Is it whilst I'm preparing the land, or after I prepare the land and I've grown my crops? How do I go about the application?
When it comes to vermicompost, I told you it's a good compost, different from the traditional compost that we do home. And when it comes to fertilizing crops, the only mistakes that farmers do is they don't know how to feed their crops.
Okay.
So you have to feed your crops when the crops are showing you that they need food. So by the time you notice that you need to apply, you apply. Because vermicompost chemically is like chemical fertilizers, though it's organic.
Right.
So you have to apply it when the crops show that they need food.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. How many times,
Yes.
if I'm using cabbage or
Yes.
carrots,
Yes.
how many times am I supposed to use my organic compost before I harvest?
There's this thing.
Okay.
So there is development of crops, but also the growth of the crops.
Okay.
So for farmers, I do recommend farmers to apply 3 times.
Okay.
You see, after germination, you apply the vermicompost. Right. Then when the crops are just growing, you apply.
Okay.
And before flowering, you do apply.
Okay.
Yes, but that doesn't remove the principles that you have to feed your crop when they show that they need food.
Okay.
Yes.
Does it mean when I'm using the organic compost, I don't have to use the chemical one, the other one?
As an organic farmer, I don't recommend farmers to apply the no.
Okay.
Because in the organic, we are just increasing and improving the soil biology.
Okay.
Then the chemical fertilizers are just chemicals. Once you apply chemical fertilizers, what they do, they kill the insects and the other stuffs in the soil. And there's a stuff that they're just like creating some holes in the soil, bringing aeration. So once you apply chemicals, you do kill them.
Okay.
So for me, as an organic farmer, what I do is like to only use the organic products.
How important is insect farmers who are producing organic compost to the growth of agriculture?
My testimony is that applying organic products, they just help farmers increase their production day by day. You see, it's not something that comes at once. You just have to wait. It's a journey, and you increase the production, but also there is a market for organic products, and also there is a premium price. So like that means that if a farmer really applies the organic products, so you increase your production, but also the market having premium price. So there is income, there is also the to regenerate your soil, but also there is environmental protection. And you see in these days we are just going climate smart. Yes.
Xavier.
Yes.
Is organic, or is the usage of organic compost fertilizer for farming or in agriculture the future?
Of course. You see, many people are just suffering. We are just suffering. Our food safety is just reducing. And when we don't have food safety, we are killing ourselves. And we have many people who are looking for the food that are safe. So the future of our agriculture is in organic farming. And the other stuff is like nowadays, for example, in Rwanda, chemical fertilizers is something that every farmer can easily afford. Firstly, we don't have we do import the chemical fertilizers, but also they're expensive. That means for smallholder farmers who are like in the big percentage of farmers are smallholder farmers. So that means there will be a time that smallholder farmers will not be able to buy chemical fertilizers. And they need organic fertilizers because that's something they can even make in their household.
Talking about expensive.
Yes.
How much do you sell? Is it 25 kg or 50 kg, your bag?
25.
25
25, 50, 5 kg, it just depends.
Now let's talk about the price ranges. How much is it?
$0.3 per kg.
Okay, and the 50 kg?
50 kg, 25 kg is $7.5. Okay. 50 kg, $15.
Okay.
Yes.
And the last one?
Just
is it
like
3 packages or 2?
3.
Okay.
No. 5, 10, 25, 50.
So how much is a 5 kg?
5 kg is around $1.something.
How much did it take you to invest into this business?
My story is so funny.
Don't worry, tell me. That's what inspires young ones.
You see,
right.
I remember when I was at the university, the government paid us $25 a month, like living allowance.
Okay.
Living allowance.
Right.
So that's from $25 I started my business.
Okay.
It takes someone to understand why, but I had to create my own opportunity because there were no job positions around, you see. And what I did is like to take the $25 and think of what I can do with $25.
Okay.
I had no money.
Okay.
So that's when I started.
That's how you started?
Yes.
How much is your company value now? In case anybody wants to invest.
Yes.
How much is it valued?
It's more than $30,000.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Now let's talk about the materials and constructing
Yes.
structure
for
preparing the organic compost.
Yes.
I see roofing here and I see wood.
Yes.
Why those two materials?
This because you see here we have to keep adding water to wet the waste. See, worms, they do breathe their cutaneous. Right. They do breathe in their skins. Okay. And they don't like a dry environment. Okay. So that's why we do put water. And we put this because we don't need that water to stay in there. Okay. It's a kind of drainage. You see, there's a slope in here. Right. So it just has to drain. And what you get here is called warm tea. Okay. So this is the liquid fertilizer too. We do sell.
You sell the liquid fertilizer.
Yes, yes.
So viewers, I'll be letting you see the drains. I mean the water that comes out from the compost and then remains in. Now, the wood. Why do you have wood?
So I'm trying to go like environmental friendly. Okay. And this is something that is affordable in here. Right. And the other thing is like, you see the structure, I can break it, I can do it again, no problem. Okay. Yes. All right. Yes.
Now, let me know the database of your customers. Who mainly do you sell to? Who mainly
Okay, so when it comes to Vami products, where I have organic farmers, like nursery farmers. Okay. See that these guys who are in nursery. And for the Vami liquid, I have many customers in Kigali who are doing hydroponic. Right. And also, I have some horticultural farmers. Those guys.
Doing business with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how often do you supply them?
How often? Every week. I'm just supplying every day.
Every day. If I buy fertilizer from you,
yes,
where should I keep it?
Where should you keep it?
Yes.
I have to keep it in a. It doesn't need a moist environment because the fertilizer is somehow dry. The moisture content is low, like less than 12% of the moisture content. So I have to keep it in at room temperature and no sunlight. You see, and they have to make sure that the bags are well closed.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. How long can I keep it for?
My compost is kept for 6 months.
6 months.
6 months in that environment.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So viewers, you're still watching the Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Enyunam, and standing next to me is the managing director of Golden Insect Limited. He is an agriculture engineer and of course a professional insect farming. Now when it comes to insect farming, Rwanda has joined the rising movement in Eastern Africa to support young agripreneurs to go into this venture. We also got up with some farmers who are using Zavio's produce or Zavio's compost to apply on their crops to find out what's the difference using chemical compost versus organic compost. I'll be back after this quick breather and wrap up my interview with Zavio. Stay tuned.
ubundi nje nka mu bintu by'ubuhinzi bw'imboga ibintu by'ifumbire n'ubuhinzi birakaze byahatari biruta n'imvaruganda birakaze cyane imboga n'ibigori byarakuze biruta nta nubwo imvaruganda yakurikira ko yifumbire.
Thanks for staying and watching the episode. If you have more questions, just get interactive on our social media platforms. Zavio, we are concluding the interview. How is it like to be an agripreneur here in Rwanda?
Many people here in Rwanda, they just believe in this statement that farmers are just there's old people.
Okay.
So, but now we are just changing the
narrative.
Yes,
okay.
You see, we're now young.
Okay.
And the other things like now we are young, but we are educated and we are just in farming.
Okay.
In Rwanda, you are in a good environment. The government is helping people to make sure that they are being creative and bring new ideas into practice.
Okay.
And being a farmer is, when it comes to young people like me, the thing is like you have to make sure that you are swallowing your pride, you see? Otherwise you can't do anything.
See? I see. When it comes to government intervention,
yes,
what have you enjoyed so far?
What I enjoyed is that the government is setting us free. So we are just free. You can do whatever you want, making sure that it is helping the farmers. And once you have an idea, there are many opportunities around us. Like me, I remember last year I pitched for the Youth Connect,
okay,
and I got some award. So
is it money?
It's money, of course.
Tell me about it. You see, you're hiding okay.
You see,
right.
So the government supported me. I was among 100 entrepreneurs who got award last year in Youth Connect. And so this is a good environment.
Congratulations.
And thank you. Here, what we only need, what you only can do is to make sure that you are doing something that you are passionate about, okay, and you make sure that something is also changing lives.
Okay.
See?
Right.
So you change the lives, right, and you bring your idea. Many opportunities are around us. Yeah,
all right,
that's it.
Thank you very much for having us in your farm. Yes. We truly appreciate this moment, and we hope that our young entrepreneurs in Ghana will learn something, a thing or two from you. Social media handles?
Mine?
Yes.
You go to YouTube,
okay,
there is Golden Insect TV.
Okay.
You go to Twitter, there is at Zavio D. Imbabazi. Right. Even in Facebook, I'm Dominic Zavio Imbabazi. Yeah, things like that.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you again all the way in Rwanda with another powerful, insightful interview. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye.